outbreak of COVID-19, stocks have been plummeting and markets ravaged by fears of its widespread. Various industries are being affected worldwide, and this is going to lead to an economic slowdown. So how are brands going to be affected, as we already know that one beer brand has suffered immensely, losing over 4.3 billion rand in revenue in China alone? Well, Thokozani Pat Mahlangu is founder of Patton Brands and joins us to talk about this. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so here is the question. Why would a brand associated with a virus lose out on this? Shouldn't actually that brand name be leveraging on the popularity of what everybody's talking about, Corona beer?
Because the virus is such a negative thing. It's a bad thing ever to happen to human beings. People are dying. So you cannot just say as a brand you're going to leverage because it's popular. It's free marketing, so to speak. So it's a very sensitive topic or virus, and people need to tread carefully around it. And also we've seen some brands, globally now pulling out campaigns, because you cannot be in this time going around hugging people, kissing people, and promoting a brand of chocolate. You know what I mean? Because now it's a time where people need to be staying away from other people. So there's no way that Corona, the beer brand, can sort of proudly affiliate with the virus.
So how, as a market strategist, or rather marketing strategist, how do you position a brand during this time of despair?
Sometimes no response is a response, because you can't just dive into any trend that's happening. And I think what Corona has been doing right now, they've been sort of holding back. They haven't said much, or they haven't said anything in relation to the virus. And I think for them it's a good strategy, because there's certain brands that are known for being responsive to trends. Imagine now Corona comes out with a funny campaign like Nando's Wood, a brand like Nando's Wood. So it's not in their nature to be like that. So I think it's time that they sort of take a break, sit back, see how everything unfolds, and post the virus, they can somewhat come out with something. That's just my view.
So is this the right time for everybody to actually come forward with their CSI campaigns?
Absolutely. Actually, I just read an article before coming to studio. Ford globally, they somewhat reprioritizing their campaigns because in the sport, so that they can support coronavirus-related initiatives. So it's high time that brands also act like humans. So we need to see the human side of brands more. If brands could rally behind a wedding, what is the coronavirus? This is the time that every brand sort of need to put their hands or put their money where their mouths are, so that this thing can be solved.
So what are the other opportunities that are available in the market in terms of helping the awareness and people doing what they require to do in order to mitigate the impact of COVID-19?
I think technology or the digital sphere offers immense opportunities for brands. That's where messages of how to be cautious or how to prevent from yourself from getting the virus need to be pushed. This is the right time for brands to flex their digital muscle, so to say, because you can't have mass gatherings. The president said more than 100 people, it's prohibited. So what options do you have? The reach is unlimited online. So that's where brands should be driving their messages on, instead of just having activations offline.
Yeah, you should have seen Peter Ndolo's facial expression when he was talking to that pastor on the line, saying that he's going to defy the president because he trusts God more than the president. What do you say to that for a person who is a leader and a church during this time? The nation should be singing from the same hymn book.
He's being irresponsible, and it's just unfortunate that it's not going to affect only his church members. The whole nation or the whole country or even continent can be affected, but just that one, what I would call stupid decision that the pastor made, in terms of saying we're going to go ahead as planned, we believe in God. But science, this is proven that if you gather people around it's more likely to perpetuate the spread of this virus. And he's saying, people let's come together, let's pray together for this thing. It's just irresponsible of the pastor to say that. And it's just unfortunate that also people tend to believe their pastors more than other people, in society.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you very much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you.
All right, of course, that's Pets on Brand right here on SA News. Before we continue,